better for the dog. I think it was worse. Oh, I see. What is this? Bum, bum, bum.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. For you who don't know me, I'm Herb Katz. For you who do know me, I'm still Herb Katz. This temple has two ordained rabbis, but I'm not one of them. So I'm, as Joel Falchuk says, I'm the third string rabbi. And we'll start off by welcoming guests. You can't hear me? That's Dale's fault. Can you hear me now? No? Is it?
Can you turn him up, please?
Can I turn it up?
No, Mark has to do it.
Mark isn't up there.
Yes, he is.
Oh. We have a couple past presidents here. Stu Schaub is here with his wife Barbara, who was past president of Sisterhood. Marty Schwartz is here, and his wife was head of beautification at the old building, the outside. We have, Pat Keith is here. Pat, she was co-chairperson in getting this building off the ground. Do you remember the Hebrew words for the mission statement here? You mean that, Tikkun Olam. I did it. I'm trying to enter the 21st century. Anybody else here who hasn't been here before? Well, welcome to all. Glenn, you've been here before. Anybody have anything good to share that happened the past week that they want to share with everyone? Yes, Diane. That's fantastic. And how long is he staying? Oh, he's gone. Okay. Easy come, easy go. Anyone else? Yes, Amy.
This side of the family is going to meet the Jacksonville side of the family in Stark tomorrow for lunch, because my oldest grandson is visiting.
Meet for the first time or just meet?
No, we've met.
Yeah, okay. Well, you said meet. Yeah. Travel safely, Susan. Yeah. Joe, travel safely. Stan?
I just found out my relatives are safe in Israel.
That's good. That's fantastic. Glad to hear that. I only want to share that my wife is finally starting to feel better. She got up and out of the house for the first time in weeks, so I'm thrilled about that. Is there anything else? Okay. Naomi, would you like to light candles, please?
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we by our lives give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we in our own day be among those who kindle light. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lahad likner shel Shabbat. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the light of Shabbat.
Thank you. Please turn to page 12 and join Dale with L'chun Ranana. Dense clouds are around God. Righteousness and justice are the base of God's throne. O you who love Adonai, hate evil. God guards the lives of God's loyal ones, saving them from the hand of the wicked. Light is sown for the righteous, radiance for the upright. O you righteous, rejoice in Adonai and acclaim God's holy name. Please turn to page 18. Mizmor David, Havul Adonai b'nei Elim, Havul Adonai kavod va'oz, Havul Adonai kavod shemo, Hashta chavu l'Adonai b'hadrat kodesh, Ko Adonai al hamayim, El hakavod, Herim Adonai al mayim rabim. Please join me with the English on the bottom of that page. A Psalm of David. Ascribe to Adonai, O divine beings. Ascribe to Adonai glory and strength. Ascribe to Adonai glory of God's name. Bow down to Adonai, majestic in holiness. The voice of Adonai is over the waters. The God of glory thunders. Adonai over the mighty waters. The voice of Adonai is power. The voice of Adonai is majesty. The voice of Adonai breaks cedars. Adonai shatters the cedars of Lebanon. God makes them skip like a calf, Syrian. By the way, she's repairing the world. Page 20. with Dale L'cha Dodi.
Lecha dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nikabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nikabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad yishmi'anu el hamiuchad. Adonai echad, Shemo echad, Shemo tiferet v'nitila. Echad dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nikabela. Echad dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nikabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'necha ki mikor haberacha merosh mikedem nisucha sof ma'aseh b'machshavat tehila. Lecha dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nikabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nikabela. It'orari, it'orari, ki va'orech kumi ori. Ori, ori, shir daberi, kevod Adonai alayek nikla. Lecha dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nikabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nikabela. Vo'i v'shalom ater ba'alam gam b'simcha u'v'tzara toch emuneh am segula. Vo'i chala
Dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat
nikabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nikabela.
Please be seated. Patricia Fleming was appointed by President Clinton back in 1994 as director of the White House Office on National AIDS Policy. Later on, years later, she became a bit of a poet. And here, in a July 2018 poem that she wrote, "Forgiveness is Divine." Some people view forgiveness as a virtue for the weak, an act of mercy undeserved that serves no useful need. They stand firmly in their judgment and won't consider a mistake. They prefer to hold a senseless grudge than accept amends when made. They feel they have some godly right to reject and criticize. They're possessed by righteous anger and consumed by pointless pride. They're focused on how they've been wronged and won't be made the fool again, so they feel they must avenge themselves by refusing to give in. They will sacrifice their family or forsake a longtime friend, do anything they have to do to be the winner in the end. Or perhaps, if that they can't resolve the depth of all their hurt, caused when someone they've trusted left them questioning their worth. But no matter why the struggle, out of pride or out of fear, not being able to forgive can cause the loss of one's most dear. Yes, forgiveness is a virtue. They even say it is divine. But more than that, it sets you free from what weighs you down inside. The best way to approach this life is to ask forgiveness and to forgive. There's a balance to this crazy world, so live and just let live. I was talking about forgiveness Tuesday night at a card game, and this woman came up to me and says, I don't forgive, and I never will. I don't have any in me. And I just felt so badly that she had all this anger pent up in her. But some people hold it as a red badge of whatever. Page 24, Shalom Aleichem.
Shalom Aleichem, Aleichem Shalom, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech Malachei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Boachem L'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech Malachei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Bachuni L'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech Malachei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Tzedchem L'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech Malachei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Join me. Shalom Aleichem, Aleichem Shalom, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech Malachei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
You could stay seated for this with page 26, the Hatzi Kaddish. Together, Yit Gadal v'Yit Gadash Shemei Rabbah B'Yama Divra Chirote v'Yamlik Makute V'Chai Yechon v'Yomechon v'Chayei D'Chol Beit Yisrael Ba'Gala v'Vizman Kariv v'Yamru Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabbah Mivarach Le'olam v'Yomei Omaya Yitparach v'Yishtabach v'Yitpar v'Yitramam v'Yitnoseh v'Yitadar v'Yitaleh v'Yitalal Shemei L'Kudisha B'Richu Le'ela Minko Birchata v'Shirata Tushbechata v'Nehemota Dahamiron b'Yama v'Yamru Amen. And now, page 28, please rise for the call to worship. But she wasn't here when I did.
Praise Adonai, to whom our praise is due.
Please be seated. Let's turn to page 31 and together read the top paragraph. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way in which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars, creator of the tide of time and light. You guide the current of day into night, as heaven spans to infinity. You set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Baruch atah Adonai, hama'ariv aravim. And now page 32, Ahavat Olam.
Day and night, show us the way, teaching us to number our days. When we rise and when we lie down, Ahavat Olam. Ki
Please rise for the Shema on 34. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem, Kevod Malchuto, Le'olam Va'ed. Please be seated. On page 36, let's read this in English. You shall love Adonai, your God, with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might. Take to heart these instructions with which I charge you this day. Impress them upon your children. Recite them when you stay at home and when you are away, when you lie down and when you get up. Bind them as a sign on your hand, and let them serve as a symbol on your forehead. Inscribe them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates. Thus you shall remember to observe all my commandments and to be holy to your God. I am Adonai, your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt to be your God. I am Adonai, your God. Adonai Elohechem Emet. This next thing has an interesting story to it. There's a woman on top of the world where I live who every month writes a poem for the local newspaper. And I asked her if she'd write a poem on forgiveness. And so she asked me to send her a copy of the homily that I had written for tonight. And an hour and a half later, she says, come get your poem. So Linda Toner, who's a neighbor of mine, wrote this in no time at all. And she goes ahead and entitled it, Forgive. Do not hold anger in your heart. That negative emotion will tear you apart. For those who betray you, be it father or brother, neighbor or friend, sister or mother, if you listen to God's word, your soul can surely move forward. You cannot enjoy all the beauty that God has created when all that fury blinds your eyes to all that is good in this world. And the deeds that you could fulfill so unfurl your heart and set it free from the anger that will destroy thee. So I say, learn to forgive if you truly want to live your life unbound by mental distress and to live to your true potential. Pretty neat stuff. Page 40, Mi Chamocha. Let's turn to page 43 and read in unison the second paragraph. Give us a place to rest, Adonai, our God. Bring us into shelter in the soft, long evening shadows of your truth. For with you are true protection and safety, and in your presence are acceptance and gentle love. Watch over us as we go forth. Prepare for us as we return. Spread over us your shelter of peace, over all we love, over our Jerusalem and yours. Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukat shalom, aleinu v'al kol amo Yisrael, v'al Yerushalayim. Let's keep on reading. We do that so well. How about reading both big paragraphs on page 45? We are a people in whom the past endures, in whom the presence is inconceivable, without moments gone by. The Exodus lasted a moment enduring forever. What happened once upon a time happens all the time. A thought has blown the marketplace away. There is a song on the wind and joy in the trees. Shabbat arrives in the world, scattering a song in the silence of the night. Eternity utters a day. And now, I guess it's time for the tefillah. So let's stand, and Dale will lead us from 46 to 52. Adonai, open Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzhak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rahel, Elohei Leah, El Hagadol, Hagibor, V'Hanorah, Elohim, El Hasadim Tovim,
V'konei hakol, v'socher chasdei avot v'imachot, u'mevii geula lifnei v'neihem, למען שמו באהבה, מלך עוזר מושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם, בעזרת שרה, page 50, אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה רב מושיע,
Mashiva Ruach Amarid HaKashem, Hakel Chaim Bechesed, B'chayei HaKol Berachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim V'rofei Cholim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayeh Emunatahu, Lishenei Afar, Micha Mocha Al Yivrot, Umidaho Mehelach, Melech Memihid, Umachayeh, Umatzmiach Yeshua, Nemanata L'Hayot HaKol, Baruch Atah Adonai, B'chayei HaKol.
page 52,
אתה קדוש לשמך קדוש, קדושים בכל יום, כהללו חסלה. ברוך אתה ה' האל הקדוש. You may be seated. Page 54, the bottom paragraph. Let's say that one together. Our God and God of our ancestors, be pleased with our rest. Sanctify us with your mitzvot and grant us a share in your Torah. Satisfy us with your goodness and gladden us with your salvation. Purify our hearts to serve you in truth. In your gracious love, Adonai, our God, grant as our heritage your holy Shabbat, that Israel, who sanctifies your name, may rest on it. Praise to you, Adonai, who sanctifies Shabbat. Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat. And page 56, Ritzay.
Tamid avodah
Next page, 58, Modi Badaktu. That's vodka, by the way.
It's a new modim, Anachnu Lach. You have not heard it before, so I hope you enjoy it. Debbie Friedman.
Dale, you're on a roll. How about page 60, Shalom Rav?
Join us, please. Shalom Rav Yisrael Tasim Leolam.
Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Tahu Melech Adon, Lecha HaShalom, Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Tov ve'einecha levarech et amcha Yisrael b'chol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Baruch atah Adonai, Baruch atah Mo Yisrael, Shalom. Thanks, Dale. Now make yourselves comfortable. Time for silent meditation. Come up with any prayer or anything you want to speak to God about, and just relax. Take a few minutes for yourself. now it's time to pray for others who are in tight spots, ill, recovering from anything. A list of names that I was handed were the list of IDF names. Ido Ruven, Yosef Shlomo, Yeshai, Yotam Amicha ben Rachel Tamar, David Maman, Aviv Daniel, David Leikach, Aviv Prager, Daniel Kaufman, Hanan Zanger, Tom Heffer, Yuval Zanger, Itamar Golan, Hadar Kirsch, Gail Cohen, Hezi Gilboa, Asher Katz, Roy Neer, Erez Eshel, Nadav Yakir, Yuri Schneider, Roy Ashkenazi, Matan Pedro, Omer Nutra. Omer Nutra was taken hostage. David Singer, Zachary Olstein, David Avidan, and Shai Shupak. Names that added to the list of Mishnah Barak would be Paul Abernathy, Michael Brody, Steve Solomon, and Larry Handelman. If you have any names you want to add, please rise and say them.
Annie Gonzalez.
All the way in the back. Diana? Susan? Susan again.
Susan Marr, Evelyn, Jerry Gruber, and Lonnie. Evelyn Perez and Tom Brewer.
Shy. Up there. That's a good one. Yeah, Julie Ross. What was that?
Julie Rockford and Katie Rock and Julie.
Okay. 253. Mishnah Barak. Please join Dale. Thank you, Dale. And Raul. Just a preface, the Hebrew word Avinu means our Father, and the Hebrew word Malkeinu means our King. And the prayer, the High Holy Days Avinu Malkeinu, is addressing our Father, our King. Let me read to you an excerpt from Rabbi Aaron Bach's Salichot service, of which you can find a copy on the bookshelf in the back. It's probably under the folder that says Havdalah. Don't be afraid to take a copy. You can always print more. Forgive us, Avinu, we have sinned. Pardon us, Malkeinu, we have transgressed. for you are the one who pardons and forgives. Remember all. Many times the children of Israel turned their back on God, and Adonai became infuriated. But in the end, God always forgave. To continue with the rabbi's writings. Or maybe it's this way. Forgive us, Avinu, pardon us, Malkeinu. And God replies, no, it's you. You are the one who must pardon and forgive. Forgive the ones around you. You're wasting precious time. Forgive your parents. They did the best they could. Forgive the one who betrayed you. Let go of the anger and move on. Forgive yourself for your own imperfection. So tonight is not Zalichot, but I'll come back to this reading shortly. Tonight's parsha has to do with Jacob dying, making Joseph promise that he would not leave his bones in Mitzrayim. Mitzrayim is Egypt. Upon his request, he was buried in a cave in a field in Machpelah, the same land that Abraham had purchased from Ephron the Hittite for the use of burials. Notice, this was one of many times that the Israelites purchased, didn't take, land in the Middle East. The parsha also deals with forgiveness. If you wrong someone and know that you did, especially on purpose, and you must meet with them at a future date, one really doesn't know what to expect. The common expression for people put in that position is shaking in your boots, shot or not. In Judaism, we never hear of Abraham getting forgiveness from Hagar or Ishmael for ousting them upon Sarah's request. We also never hear of any exchange between Abraham and Isaac after the binding test. By the way, Islam claims that it was the binding of Ishmael, not Isaac. However, after Jacob wrestled with whoever it was at Peniel and had his name changed to Israel, he sought out Esau, to whom he had grossly wronged via deception by stealing the birthright that Esau truly deserved. Jacob was shaking in his sandals. He wasn't wearing boots. He had no idea what Esau had in store for him. However, not only did Esau forgive, but he came bearing gifts that were declined. I'm quite sure that after all these years of feeling indebted to his brother, Jacob wished the slate to be clean and even and not owe his brother again by accepting the gift. Now we come to Joseph in today's parsha, Vayishlach. After Jacob's death, Joseph's brothers were scared. After all, their brother, whom they had sold into virtual slavery, was now a high muckety-muck in Egypt. What was to become of them? With Joseph gazing down the hole that their brothers had placed him in to die prior to changing their minds and selling him into slavery, what retaliation did he have in mind? However, Joseph harbored no such thoughts. His thoughts brought him to realize he would not be in this position if it wasn't for that fateful event. He would not have been wrongfully jailed. He would not have the prophesizing dreams. And he definitely would not have become the second most powerful person in Mitzrayim. Actually, where would Judaism be if all this had not occurred? The brothers did us all a giant favor. Fate has an amazing way of steering us toward a destiny. Years ago, for some unknown reason, some people decided to undermine what I was doing. I harbored ill will toward them until a kindly friend explained it served no purpose. I took this to heart and placed the situation out of my realm. Immediately, I felt better and was able to concentrate on things that were much more important in my life. However, until today, only Kathy and Rabbi Box had an inkling, knew that I was raised in a dysfunctional family, and had compartmentalized a huge amount of anger, which I revisited daily. No one else had an inkling that this existed. Don't get me wrong, my family did the best they knew how, but it left me scarred. Then Salichot 2023 came, and I read the above passage with a new light that I believe was streamed from above, as do this homily and other homilies. It is much easier to forgive the living than to forgive the deceased. After all, there's no one to confront. Then the last paragraph of Rabbi's forgiveness prayer stuck in my mind. Forgive the ones around you. You're wasting precious time. Then later it goes on to say, let go of anger and move on. Forgive yourself for your own imperfection. After 3 days of mentally wrestling with myself during fitful nights, I realized the wisdom of these words and took them to heart. Unbelievably, my blood pressure shot down. My self-worth shot up, and I'm the most stress-free I've been in my entire life. It wasn't simple for Jacob and Joseph to do what they did. It certainly wasn't easy for me to embrace these verses, and it definitely was not an easy task to stand here and reveal all this to you. However, I believe most of us, if not all of us, harbor some private thoughts that we don't share that upsets us. If this be the case, bless you, try to forgive as our ancestors graciously did. Let go of anger and move on. Forgive yourself. Greener pastures await. Shabbat Shalom. This is not a... Come on. There you go.
It's the hardest thing to give away, and the last thing on your mind today. It always goes to those who don't deserve. It's the opposite of how you feel when the pain they caused is just too real. It takes everything you have to say the word forgiveness. Forgiveness. It flies in the face of all your pride. It moves away the mad inside. It's always anger's own worst enemy. Even when the jury and the judge say you got a right to hold a grudge, it's the whisper in your ear saying set it free. Forgiveness. 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 Show me how to love the unlovable. Show me how to reach the unreachable. Help me now to do the impossible. Forgiveness. Forgiveness. Help me now to do the impossible. Forgiveness. It'll clear the bitterness away. It can even set a prisoner free. There is no end to what its power can do. So let it go and be amazed by what you see through eyes of grace. The prisoner that it really frees is you. Forgiveness. Forgiveness. Oh, forgiveness. Forgiveness. Show me how to love the unlovable. Show me how to reach the unreachable. Help me now to do the impossible.
It really doesn't matter what religion you are. The words ring true. That was a Christian singer, but his words really were important. Let's turn to page 282 and stand. Do we have children here? Anybody? I think Kay's the child. Please rise for the Aleinu. Aleinu v'shabeach l'adon hakol v'teit gedula v'yotzer breshit shelo osanu tikoye haratzot v'lo samanu k'mishpachot hadama Shalom Helkeinu Kahem V'gahar Aleinu K'chol Hamona Anachnu Korim Yisachavim Umodim Lifnei Melech Malchei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu Ne'emar V'haya Adonai Melech HaKaharetz V'yom hahu Yeh Adonai Echad U'shamo Echad. Please. You can sit for the meantime. Just make you stand again. It's a fearful thing to love what death can touch, a fearful thing to love, hope, dream, to be, and to lose, to love, to lose. A thing for fools this, and a holy thing to love. For your life has lived in me, your laugh once lifted me, your word was gift to me. To remember this brings a painful joy. 'Tis a human thing, love, a holy thing to love what death has touched. The Yortzeit list for this week. Emery Berman, husband of Naomi. Herb Schwartz, husband of Amy. Harry Salkowitz, grandfather of Naomi. Yetta Shepton, mother-in-law of Eli Rockland and grandmother of Mark Rockland. Lois Carlin, she was the first person I met when I came to this temple in 1991. Gertrude Ehrlich, aunt of Betsy Brody. Todd David Schuyler, relation to Joanna Schuyler. Wesley Schuyler, son of Sam and Joanna Schuyler. Sidney Weintraub. Sylvia Barron, mother of Barbara Adler. George Newman, Marcel's father of Marcel Schwimmer. Harry Plashitsky, Gladys Jarofsky, mother of Rochelle Jarofsky. Lena Katuna, grandmother of Roxanne Barron. Ida Olstein, mother of Arnold Olstein and grandmother of Philip Olstein. Zilma Marson, mother of Vanette Marson. Philip Kupchik, father of Diane Gilmore. Shloshim Mickey Lishner, aunt of Jake Kreisman. and Shloshim George Kaufman, partner of Naomi Berman. Are there any names that I missed? Yes. Thank you. Anyone else? Okay, as a congregation, why don't we rise on page 294 and do the Mourner's Kaddish? Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah v'yalma divra chirote v'yamlik machute v'chayei chon uv'yomei chon uv'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael ba'agada v'zman kariv v'yamru amen. Yehi shmei rabbah mivarach v'yalam u'mea umaya. Yit parak v'yish tabak v'yit pa'ar v'yit ramam v'yit naseh v'yit hadar v'yit alev v'yit alal shemei l'kudisha barichu v'elami chol berchata v'shirata tushvachata v'nehamata dahamiran v'yamar v'yamru amen. Yehi shlava rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'yamru amen. Oseh shalom b'mramav, hu yaseh shalom. Aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'yamru amen. Please be seated, and now we get to hear Kay.
I do want to welcome all of our guests tonight. I do see several of you out here. I just want to thank Herb for leading services tonight.
You're welcome.
I know he personally invited some of you. I'm glad you were able to come and hear him. He did a wonderful job. Thank you, Herb. Today's technically the last day. We're collecting food for Interfaith, so if you have any, it won't be going out of the building till Tuesday. So if you happen to be in the next few days, please drop some off. We're still in need of Interfaith volunteers. We do the first Wednesday of every month. We have January taken care of, but Betsy needs February taken care of. Please call her if you're interested. I also want to remind you that on January 13th, Ocala Tree of Life Sanctuary is hosting a dance. And I hope everyone will come. I think it's at 7 o'clock, and you can buy tickets before or at the door. And also on January 15th, Ocala Tree of Life, that includes the church and us, we are going to participate this year in the Martin Luther King March. And you leave your car at the park, and they will bus us into the square. It's a 1-mile march. And I hope some of us can come if you're able to. Tonight, the ONIC is sponsored by Sisterhood. Flowers tonight, Debbie Johnson donated in honor of Susan Josh's birthday, and Stephen Dansick in honor of his birthday. And Shabbat Shalom to everyone.
I forgot one name for the Mishaberach, and that was Debbie Johnson. She wanted to be here, but she's ill. There is a bunch of that, yeah. So be careful. About the upcoming dance, January 13th, I got an amazing phone call today. Somebody from FCC went ahead and said, what can I do to help promote this? And so I'm going to meet with her tomorrow morning. But we would like somebody to help on this side also to sell tickets or to have some input as to promoting. So we want to make it as good as we can. This particular woman has already bought 20 tickets. So I know we're going to cover the band. It's going to be a live band. Highway 94, I listened to them over at Indigo East, and everybody was dancing, so it has to be good. Page 348, closing song is, oh yes, by the way, thank you, Dale, thank you, Raul, and thank you, Kay, for not giving me the hook. And, you know, I've often said, why a rabbi gives a sermon for 16, 17 minutes and a layman for 6 or 7 minutes. And I've said many times it's because the rabbi gets paid. And I noticed that since Harvey got ordained, his homilies have gotten longer, so, and he doesn't even get paid. So, what are we doing? Page 348? Bashana Haba'a.
Bashana Haba'a, Nesheva Merpesed, B'nizbot Tzipori, Nodedot, Yeladim B'chufsha, Yisachaku Tofeset, Ben Habayit, Levin Hasadot, Ot Tirei, Kama Tov Yehieh, Bashana, Bashana, Haba'a, Ot Tirei, Kama Tov Yehieh, Bashana, Bashana, Haba'a. Soon the day will arrive when we will be together and the distance will just disappear. And the children will smile in a world that's gotten better. So let's bring in a healthy new year. Otirei, kama tov yehieh, Bashana, Bashana, Haba'a. Come with me, you will see just how sweet life will be in the year that will be. Otirei, kama tov yehieh, Bashana, Bashana, Haba'a. Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom. And Naomi will be doing Kiddush in the social hall. And it's part of the service to go ahead and have something at the Oneg. So don't leave until you've had something there. Shabbat Shalom, Mo. You guys were good. Really?